This is Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine, and today's top headline is Biden enters race with video that bashes Trump as ally of racists, still leads in polls. Written by R. Court Kirkwood. As you may have already heard, Biden is now officially in the race, coinciding with the release of a poll that purports that if the election were held today, he'd defeat President Trump. You know, like those same polls that predicted Hillary Clinton would win in a landslide over Trump. However, the bigger question and likely impediment in his race is his race. Can Biden win the nomination of a party that has increasingly become more hostile to straight, old white men? With Democrats being emboldened to believe all women following the witch hunt confirmation process of now Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, Kirkwood writes, quote, "The question is whether Biden can overcome his past. His nickname is Creepy Joe because he has a bad habit of grabbing, hugging, and kissing any woman who gets with arm's length." Kirkwood further reminds us that Biden's political resume also includes plagiarism, a fight against forced busing, silly racial gaffes that would have ended the career of any Republican, and what the hard left and sisterhood claims is his betrayal of sex harassment hoaxer Anita Hill during the confirmation hearings of U.S. Supreme Court Associate Justice Clarence Thomas. Despite all this, Biden is a favorite among rank-and-file establishment Democrats. As for where Biden is coming from now, well, he opens his 3.5-minute campaign video invoking the Declaration of Independence and Thomas Jefferson to then quickly bring up the 2017 race riots in Charlottesville, North Carolina, to smear President Trump by visually associating him with images of white supremacists, Klansmen, and neo-Nazis at the rally. Biden outright lies, claiming that Trump referred to those individuals and groups as being, quote, very fine people. This fake news being amplified by Biden comes from a press conference that President Trump held at Trump Tower shortly after the rally, in which Trump actually said, quote, "Excuse me." They didn't put themselves down as neo-Nazis, as you had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine, people on both sides. Trump made it unequivocally clear that he wasn't referring to the white supremacists, Klansmen, and neo-Nazis as being the very fine people, but rather those protesting against removing a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee, which the mainstream media selectively ignored. Instead, they focused on the racist and Nazi elements present at the rally in order to paint the president as a racist and fascist. Trump even clarified what he actually meant, specifically saying at that press conference,
and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
However, seeing as facts no longer matter to the left, they deliberately ignored this and run with the lie, just like old Joe Biden is now running for president. But if he is starting his presidential campaign by race hustling and lying, one can only imagine how much more damage he would continue to do as president. In his campaign video, Biden builds on the false narrative of Trump being sympathetic to neo-Nazis and racists to, as R. Court Kirkwood puts it, quote, "to save us from Trump." And with that, Biden is polling ahead of Sanders to be the Democrats' next savior and presidential nominee. That's all the time we have today. So if you like this video, be sure to let us know by liking and sharing this video. And if you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and follow us on Facebook as well as on Twitter.